What's up, guys? This is Shisko. I'm gonna take you guys through my Rerouted Records.
Days like this, it's hard to get by. And it's days like this, it's hard to live life. I think about your face.
My first track with Rerouted Records was Days Like This. That was the first time I had really gotten to a studio, or a second time I had been to an actual studio, because I had been recording myself mostly. That was the first song I made in a studio where I was like, oh, all right, like this is where I'm like starting to find my sound, starting to really find who I am. But yeah, that was like definitely a core memory of my music career, because it was probably the first step I took towards actually putting a name behind myself and letting people know who I am. Then obviously we got the video done for that, so that was a big thing, my first ever music video. It's came a long way since then. So yeah, that was a great memory. Probably one of my favorite songs I've done on Rerouted Records. It was like literally the next day or the same week or whatever, like I went to the studio the first time and I was like, it wasn't uncomfortable really. At first I was kind of like weird, like, all right, yeah, I've never done this before, never had an engineer behind the keyboard doing stuff, and I don't have to be the one worrying about like my mix or what I'm clicking or whatever. So it was honestly made it more comfortable for me. I was like, damn, like so much easier not having to do all this. So yeah, it was honestly like really comfortable. It made me want to just keep going back, like which I did very consistently at that point in my life. I had never really done the love aspect of music before, like no like love songs, but I had love as part of my life, and it's just something I had never like put onto paper, I guess, love and heartbreak. So I was like, all right, I might as well try this, something new, you know, and my voice really suited it. So I was really at that point where it was just like, I've never done this before. It's something I've never talked about, might as well just go for it, and it turned out really well. Obviously, as you can see, that's mainly like my songwriting style now. First video ever, yeah.
So
besides like there's well yeah, nah, never mind. But there's old ass videos from like 3rd grade. That was cool. It was the first time we met face to face. We had talked obviously before, but me and you met face to face that day. Then me and Darksight, obviously we met that day. That was a really fun experience. I didn't really know what I was gonna get out of it. I thought it was really cool because it was shot in like the town I like first grew up in, which I wasn't expecting. So it was like a little nostalgic vibe, and really like close to home, like seeing like people all working together from the same state, which is something I didn't really know would ever be a thing and know would ever happen. Hence why I really moved to LA too, because I was like, I didn't really think there was much of a scene for anything like that. So it was really cool for me to be able to do that, to do the video, to meet other people that are as like enthusiastic about this this career as I am. So yeah, just a great day overall. Because like I didn't know what I was gonna get. Obviously I knew Darksight was a great videographer, great editor, everything he does, amazing. But I wasn't sure what to expect, because mostly what I had seen of Darksight too was like not what I do. So I was like, oh, I really wonder what it's gonna be. And I was just hyped. I remember watching it on my like TV in my living room. And I like showed my mom, and everybody was like, damn, like this is really good. Like people were telling me they're like, Darksight snapped on this, bro, like this is good. And I was like, I was just hyped, man. I was definitely really hyped, and I knew like from that moment I was like, all right, yeah, now it's time to just like keep going, apply more pressure. And yeah, I just think it was like right there really solidified, like, oh, okay, like I can really do this shit. This will be fun. And yeah, I was hyped, because obviously I had never performed in a video either. So like I didn't know what I was gonna look like on camera or anything, and but yeah, pretty good. I looked a little awkward, but a lot of people loved that song. Yeah, because like first of all, like, you know, few people knew who I was, especially in New Hampshire, and they were like, who the fuck is this kid? You know, like singing, talking about love, and acting like a pussy or whatever. But like it was like everybody seemed to like it, and I wasn't expecting that either. I was like, oh, people aren't really, I don't know how receptive people are to like this type of style of music, like the heartbreak, the love shit. So overall it was just I don't think I really got many bad responses. I think that's where people started being like, oh, I like this, like I like this kid, I like this type of music.
40 bitches, I don't need them anyway. Through the smoke, but I can see the better days.
So anyway, it was Rerouted Records 2, second song. That was with GUZZY, my boy. And that was really fun, because GUZZY and I had recorded way back, like second song he'd ever recorded was at my house. I like loved working with him. He has a great voice. So that was like really fun. We like go together really well, and I remember a lot of people being like, "Oh, this is like a sick duo," you know. So, but yeah, we did that in the studio too. Same studio I did Days Like This. Just an overall good time. I think we recorded it like almost a year later after like the Days Like This drop, right? I think.
Roughly.
Yeah, we recorded like around a year later. Just a good song for the summer, I think. I mean, I liked making it. I like listening to it. To this day, I still listen to it, and I'm very like much the person where like if I put a song out, I don't listen to it anymore, just because I've heard it so many fucking times. But that's one song like if it plays, I'm like, oh yeah, this is fire. Like still hits. That's what I'm saying. Like a lot of people like that song. I remember like a lot of people that I didn't think like that song or would like that song ended up loving that song. So.
Said I'm getting high, doing drugs, smoking with my friends now. I don't wanna feel it, think she love it how I dance now. I'm just trying to get my racks, I'm getting my advance now.
So ROCKSTAR, Volume 3, yeah, it was just a fun ass time in my life. At the time, I was making like some of the best music at that time. I feel like I've progressed since then, but at that time I was like, oh, I'm really like this is getting like good, you know. I was just very critical of my music at that time, so yeah, I just like didn't know what I would like, and at that time I was just making mad music that I did like, and ROCKSTAR was one of them, and the video was unplanned, so it just made it even more like that fun like ROCKSTAR vibe, and we were just like all drinking a fuck ton of Henny, as you could see in the video. Like I was definitely, you know, definitely pretty fucked up for that video. So it really, I think it really caught the ROCKSTAR image, you know, for that song. I remember that, like that song I made 2 years ago or some shit, like a while back or so. I don't even know. I think it was like 2 years ago, maybe a year and a half ago. And I was just in the studio, and that day I made like a couple really good songs, that being one of them. And I think I was just like in a bag at that point, and I felt really good when I was in the studio recording it, so I just talked my shit a little more, which isn't something I do that much, I don't think. So yeah, I feel like that's just like, that's what made it different, you know, like I talked my shit a little more. Didn't talk about really like heartbreak as much, I guess, you know, there's like just some little jabs at it here and there, but that's probably what made it the most different. Darkside kind of just like showed up and was like, we're shooting ROCKSTAR today. And I was like, oh, okay. And that's kind of just what happened.
Would you prefer to shoot something much more laid back like that, or more?
I don't really care. Like I think it depends on the song and like the vibe of the song, because like I feel like some videos do need to be like planned out and like have like a set storyline or whatever. But I think with that it was just perfect, because it was literally like, I don't give a fuck, ROCKSTAR, like that's what I am. Gallon of Henny, weed, bunch of weed. I don't know, it was just a fun time. I don't really remember like much of it at the end. You know, we literally had a gallon of Henny, so I remember being in that motel and like the people were trying to kick us out, and I'm like still performing, and I'm like telling the dude to go away. Just mad funny. We're all skateboarding. It was just a fun time. I was like, oh, that happened? Like that's like how it went. Like the one where Woody got like tackled, I don't remember that. Yeah, just a couple of scenes I don't remember. But it was good time. And if you didn't know like the All Again cover art, like you know the song All Again that I have, that cover art is literally from the ROCKSTAR video, which I noticed yesterday, which I forgot about. Yeah, it was just funny. It was like, cause it's like me running across the street away from Darkside, like just running away from him.
Yeah, I'm calling out your name, okay? 'Cause I really need you, baby. I serve myself
Or I should say, Calling Out was on Long Way From Home, and I thought that was a fun song because I literally say Long Way From Home in the song, which wasn't planned at all. He hadn't even heard the song before like I made it, like or before I gave it to him, before the whole idea of Long Way From Home. I didn't even know Long Way From Home was coming out. I just had happened to say the lyric in the song, so when I sent it to him, when I sent it to you, it was like perfect. And then you told me, you were like, you said Long Way From Home in it, and I was like, oh yeah, I did. That's actually, it was pretty perfect. But that was the first song I ever I've ever given you that I've mixed myself, and that's when I first started learning how to use Pro Tools. And I wasn't really sure what I was doing. I was just kind of fucking around with stuff, like tweaking things, touching things that I didn't know what they did. But I really liked the mix of that song, so I was like confident to actually drop it. So I thought that was really cool. Definitely like not my favorite song I've given you, just because like, I don't know, it's just more fun songs. That one's more just like sad, I guess. But still like a great song. I think it's a great song. Slept on song too. I feel like in LA, I like mixing myself because I don't know who's good out here and like who's just trying to make money and who actually wants to like make a good sounding song, you know? Whereas back home, I'm like comfortable with like 2 engineers. So I'm like, yeah, I feel like if I'm going to GUZZY or Money, like I'm set. I don't even really want to get engineered by them. But as far as being out here, I'm just gonna mix myself. Yeah, and I'm just getting better at it too, so it's like, and it's fun.
Let's go away for a while, where you wanna go. Don't wait till tomorrow, there's no time like the present.
Roll the Dice was on the most recent project, Lindsay. Everybody go stream that, all platforms. That song I made like right as the New Year hit. It was like the first song I made after the New Year's, or like second song or something, and it was like 4 in the morning in my living room. Like my mom's upstairs sleeping and I was home for vacation or whatever, so I was probably pissing her off. But I just remember like, I think I was a little drunk, you know, celebration time. I just turned 21, whatever. But I was like a little drunk and I was like, I'm in the mood to record, and then that's what I recorded. And I remember like texting my mom and being like, I just made a crazy song. Like, so I really like that song. I think my vocals are really good in it. I mixed that one myself too, which I wasn't like, I was nervous about that one. Mix-wise, but I feel like it's ended up sounding pretty good. But yeah, overall, I just like the song, the message of the song, the story of the song. I think it's a whole storyline if you really listen to it in depth. So, and it goes well with like the theme. I don't think I have an ideal recording spot. I think it really depends on the vibe I'm in at like the moment of my life. Like sometimes I just need to get the fuck out of the crib, you know, and I need to go somewhere else. Like even out here, if I want to, like I'm gonna go book a 12-hour session with no engineer and just bring my setup just to have like a new area to record in. So I don't think it really matters. I think it also matters like how inspired I am at the time, because there's moments where I'm just like I don't really like have any music ideas or like have anything good that I want to record right now, and I don't want to like force it. So, and I've been in those moments where I go to the studio and I'm like, I don't really know what to record. And I still make something, but it's just not. So I don't think it's like a preferred place. I think it depends. My favorite Rerouted Records song is I'd have to say Days Like This, just because of how much that changed like for me. I think it really showed who I was as an artist too. And that's where I first started finding my sound. So I think that just like did a lot for me. And then first video, obviously. I just think it was like a good time overall. Little confidence booster, you know. Every artist needs a little bit of a confidence booster here and there. So I think that did it for me for sure. If it's not that one, it's probably Anyway, just because like I like the GUZZY duo. I wish there was more of those, if you're watching this, guys. But yeah, so I think it's either Anyway or Days Like This, but probably Days Like This. The OG, man, the OG was great. Lindsay's probably my favorite one. I think it's just solidly built. Definitely a cool theme to it if you know what like your whole Lindsay, like what it means. I like pretty much every song on it. Yeah, like I don't have a problem with any song on any, like I like every song. So I just think it's my favorite, cohesively built well, good overall theme to it. All right, guys, thank you for watching. That was my Rerouted Records. Comment below what your favorite Rerouted Records song by me is, and make sure you guys go stream Lindsay on all platforms. There you go.
Let's go away for a while, where you wanna go. Don't wait till tomorrow, there's no time like the present. There's nothing stopping us from leaving. So just pack your bags and go wherever you want.